Welcome back, students. So let's continue with the some of the different types of questions which can be asked in your papers. ठीक है? Presently, different types of questions. As you know that your first term exam will be going to be happen as a MCQ questions, and in MCQ questions, different types of questions are going to come in there. So, what are the different types of questions which we will find to see in the MCQs type? Okay, so one type of question I am going to discuss in this video session here for class 10th. As you are new students and you are not knowing about this type of questions, so let's discuss about these types of questions. And these types of questions are termed as assertion and reasoning. Okay, they are termed as assertion and reasoning questions. Okay, they are termed as assertion and reasoning questions. So what are these assertion and reasoning questions? So generally two statements are given in this type of question. You will find out two statements are given. The first statement, which is represented by A or assertion, is a statement which is representing a phenomena or concept something, and the reason there which is represented by reason or R, capital R, this represents the particular reason related to that assertion statement which is given out there. Okay, so you have to give out of the four options here the answers which will be the appropriate option there. So what are the four options there? The first option is that both both the both the assertion and reason are true. A and R means assertion, A is assertion and R is reason. Okay, so both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation for your assertion. The first option is that the assertion statement which is given and the reason statement which is given, both the statements are true, and the reason statement which is there, it is the correct explanation for your assertion statement. Next, the option B is there that both assertion and reason statements are true. Okay, both the statements, that the assertion statement and the reason statement which is provided to you in the question, both are true. But here R is not the correct explanation for the A. Okay, the assertion statement is having different value and the reason explanation is having different value there. Okay, next, the third option is that A is true but R is false. Okay, A is true there but R is false there. Okay, and the last option is that A is false but R is true. It means that assertion, C option is that assertion is true and reason is false. Assertion is true and reason is false, while the D option is that assertion is false and reason is true there. Okay, so these are the four options out of which you have to give the correct answer there. Okay, out of which you have to give out the correct answer there. So using these four options, we are going to answer the different questions here. So let's see the first question here. Let's see the first question here. The first question here is, assertion. The assertion is given here is that as decomposition, okay, decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is an example of exothermic reaction. This is the statement, assertion statement, and it is saying that decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is an example of exothermic reaction. Okay, next, the reason statement is that exothermic reaction are those reaction in which heat is evolved. Okay, exothermic reaction are those reaction in which heat is evolved out. So here, what will be the answer here? Okay, we have to find out the answer here, and we have to see that what will be the correct statement of the four statements. Okay, A, B, C, and D, the four statement which was provided in the question. What will be the correct statement here for the correct answer? So here we have to examine that the given reason is the correct explanation for the assertion or not, and both the assertion statement and reason statement are true or not. Okay, we have to examine these two things first. So first, decomposition of vegetable matter into compost is an example of exothermic reaction. So I think so, yes. It is true. Decomposition of vegetable matter into compost, an example is of exothermic reaction only because when the decomposition of vegetable matters takes place, then heat is been released out there. So yes, when heat is been released out from a chemical reaction, then it is a type of exothermic reaction only. Okay, next, exothermic reaction are those reactions in which heat is evolved. So yes, the reason statement is also true, that we know that the reaction in which heat is been revolved out, that type of reaction is termed as exothermic reaction. Okay, so I think so both the statement, that is the assertion statement and the reason statement, both are true. And also the reason is explaining the exothermic reaction here. Okay, the reason is giving the statement for exothermic reaction which is explaining it, and hence the assertion is also talking about the exothermic reaction only. So hence the answer is correct and the answer will be A option. That is, both the reason and assertion are true, and reason is the correct explanation for your assertion statement here. Okay, so this will be the correct answer. Next, let's see the question number 2. Here, question number 2's assertion statement is that when hydrochloric acid HCl is added to zinc granules, a chemical reaction occurs out there. Okay, when HCl is being added to zinc granules, a chemical reaction occurs out there. Okay, now what the reason is saying here, that reason is saying here that evolution of a gas and change in color indicates that the chemical reaction is taking place. Okay, evolution of gas and change in color indicates that the chemical reaction is taking place there. So, what will be the answer here? Let's first check that are both the reason and assertion statements true or not? Okay, they are true or not. Let's first check this thing. So, when HCl is added to zinc granule, it means that the reaction here is HCl plus Zn is going out there. So, it is a chemical reaction. A chemical reaction will occur here. Yes, it is true. A chemical reaction will occur there, and ZnCl2 will be formed out and H2 gas will be released out there. This will be the chemical reaction which will be taken place when HCl is reacted with zinc granules. Okay, so this is true. The first statement, assertion statement, is true. Next, evolution of gas and change in color indicates that the chemical reaction is taking place. Yes, it is also true. We have studied that in a chemical reaction, how to identify that a chemical reaction is taking place. So first, evolution of heat can be there, evolution of gas can be there, change in color of the substance can be seen out. Okay, so these are some of the indication that the chemical reaction is taking place there. So hence both the statement, that the assertion statement and the reason statement, both are true there. Okay, so the answer can be either A or either B. The answer can be either A or either B. Now let's check the validity of reason for the assertion statement. It means that the reason statement is explaining the assertion statement or not. So here, sorry, the assertion statement is saying that evolution of gas and change in color indicates that the chemical reaction is taking place. So here reason is talking about the chemical reaction, but it is not talking about the specifically about here how HCl is reacting with zinc granules. Okay, so hence the answer will be option B. The answer will be option B, in which it is said that both the statements, that is assertion and reason, both the statements are true, but reason is not explaining the assertion there. Reason is not explaining the assertion there. So hence the answer will become the answer number B, that is option number B, which is having the statement that both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation for A. But R is not the correct explanation for your A. Okay, so let's move further and see the next question. So the next question here, question number 3, it is saying that calcium carbonate, okay, calcium carbonate when heated gives calcium oxide and water. Okay, on heating calcium carbonate, decomposition reaction take place. Okay, on heating calcium carbonate, what happens? Decomposition reaction takes place. It is the reason here. So, what is the answer here? What will be the answer here? So, calcium carbonate when heated gives calcium oxide and water. It is giving you a reaction that calcium carbonate is heated. It gives what? It gives calcium oxide and water is being produced out there. So I think so, no. This reaction is not correct. Water cannot be produced out here. Okay, we cannot produce the water when calcium carbonate is heated out there. Here, what will be the correct reaction will be there? The correct reaction will be calcium carbonate when heated, calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is produced there. It is not possible to produce water there. Okay, as in the reactant side, no hydrogen or water molecules are there. So how it is possible that water will be formed out there? Okay, how it is possible? So hence, the given statement for the assertion is wrong. Next, the reason statement is explaining here that what is the reason statement is explaining? The reason statement is saying that on heating calcium carbonate, decomposition reaction takes place. So yes, it is true. The reason is true that here it is saying that when calcium carbonate is heated, okay, when we heat calcium carbonate, thermal decomposition reaction will take place and calcium oxide and CO2 will be formed out here. One reactant will convert into two or more products here. So it is a decomposition reaction and heat is acting here. Therefore, it is a thermal decomposition reaction. So yes, the reason is true, but assertion is false. But we have seen that the assertion is false here. So the correct answer will be option number D. Option number D, that is assertion is false. Assertion is false, but reason is true. This will be the correct answer here. Okay. So like this only we have to solve the different types of questions which is coming in assertion and reasoning. Okay. So let's see some more questions here. Question number 4. What the question number 4 is saying? So the question number 4 is saying that assertion is saying here that brown fumes are produced when lead nitrate is heated. Okay, fumes means smoke. Okay, when here, so smoke is produced when something is heated or some solid is heated or some liquid is heated, then it is termed as fumes. Okay, then it is termed as what? It is termed as fumes. So brown fumes are produced when we heat what? When we heat our lead nitrate. Okay, when lead nitrate is heated. So what is the lead nitrate? Lead nitrate means PbNO3. PbNO3. When PbNO3 is heated, then what will happen? Here PbO plus NO2 gas will be produced out here. Okay. So this PbO, lead oxide, it is having brown colored fumes. This is the brown colored fumes which is produced out here. Okay, so hence it is true. Brown fumes are produced when lead nitrate is heated. Okay, it is true. Next, nitrogen dioxide gas is produced as a byproduct due to the decomposition of lead nitrate. So yes, it is also true. NO2 is produced out here, like nitrogen dioxide is produced out here as a byproduct here because PbNO3 is there and here lead oxide is produced and nitrogen oxide will be produced out there. Nitrogen dioxide will be produced out there as a byproduct there. So hence, reason is also true. So is the reason explaining the assertion? Yes, it is explaining the assertion here. You can see that nitrogen dioxide gas is produced as a byproduct due to the decomposition of lead nitrate. So it is explaining out it. So hence, both the statement, that is assertion statement and reason statement, both are true, and the reason is explaining out the assertion here. And the reason is explaining out the assertion here. So therefore, the correct answer will be answer number A, option number A here. Okay, the correct answer will be option number A here. Okay, so here the correct answer will be option number A. So let's see the next type of question. The next question here, the next question number 5 is there. Let's talk about it. Okay, sorry. Question number 5. Let's talk about it. So in question number 5, the assertion is white silver chloride turns gray in sunlight. Okay, white silver chloride turns gray in sunlight, and the reason is giving out that decomposition of silver chloride in the presence of sunlight takes place to form silver metal and chlorine gas. Okay, so here the assertion is saying that white silver chloride. Okay, a white colored powder is there, that is silver chloride, AgCl. It is converted into Ag and Cl, 2Ag, AgCl2. Like this, it is converted when it is exposed to light. Okay, so here it is asking that it is a decomposition reaction. Reason is given that it is a decomposition reaction of silver chloride into silver and chlorine here. So is it true? Are both the statements are true here? Let's examine for this. Yes, white silver chloride turns into gray in sunlight. It is true. It is true that white silver chloride turns into gray in sunlight. And the reason here is that decomposition of silver chloride in the presence of sunlight takes place to form silver metal and chlorine gas there. So yes, it is also true. It is a decomposition reaction only. And here light is been working out there. Okay, due to the effect of light only, the decomposition of silver chloride into silver and chlorine is taking out there. So therefore, it is a type of photolytic decomposition reaction. It is a type of what? It is a type of photolytic decomposition reaction. And what is photolytic decomposition reaction? A decomposition reaction in which light is worked out there. Okay, light is used to decompose the given compound. Okay, in which the light is being used out to give out the decomposition reaction. That type of decomposition reaction is termed as photolytic decomposition reaction. Okay, let's see the next question, that is question number 6. Sorry. Pungent smelling gas is produced when sulfur burns in air. Okay, it is asking that pungent smelling gas is produced when sulfur burns in air. So when sulfur is burned, SO2 is produced. Okay, so SO2 is a smell that is containing, SO2 is a gas that is containing rotten egg smell. Okay, it is containing a smell that is having rotten egg smell. Sulfur trioxide is formed on reaction of sulfur with oxygen here. So I think so. Sulfur trioxide is not been produced out there. Sulfur dioxide is produced out there. So hence we will say that reason is false here. I think so. Okay, it is proving that reason is false. But it is true that a pungent smelling gas is produced when sulfur is burned out in air. So yes, the assertion is true here, while the reason is false here. So the answer will become that assertion is true and reason is false. That is, the answer will be option number C. A is true, but R is false. But R is false here. Okay, so this will be the answer here. Next, question number 7. Let's see what the question number 7 is asking to us. So question number 7. This is the question number 7. Question number 7 is saying that assertion in a reaction of copper with oxygen, copper serves as a reducing agent. Okay, in a reaction of copper with oxygen, copper serves as reducing agent. What is a reducing agent? A reducing agent is a substance that helps in the oxidation, of a substance which is present or which is reacting with it. Okay, that particular substance is termed as reducing agent. The substance which gains oxygen in a chemical reaction acts as a reducing agent. Okay, so it is true. Yes, the substance which him itself gets oxidized, it acts as a reducing agent for the substance which is getting reduced there. Okay, so yes, the assertion is also true here. It means that copper, when reacted with oxygen, it will give CO2. Okay, CuO. So here what will happen? The copper is getting oxidized here. But here oxygen is been removed out and it is been added with copper here. Na? So here oxygen is getting reduced here. So copper is behaving as a reducing agent for oxygen here. Okay, so yes, both the assertion and reasoning are true here. So the answer will become A, option number A, that both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation for A. Answer will become option A, both A and R are true, and R is correct explanation for A. R is correct explanation for A. Okay, this will be the correct answer. Let's move further and see the question number 8. Assertion. In electrolysis of water, the volume of hydrogen liberated is twice the volume of oxygen formed. So if I am going to electrolyte the water, okay, electric current is there. Electric current is being used out here. Then what will happen? H2 gas and half O2 gas will be released out here. Okay, H2 gas and half O2 gas is released out here. This is the reaction. So what it is saying here, that in electrolysis of water, the volume of hydrogen liberated is twice the volume of oxygen formed here. So here, one oxygen one oxygen is liberated and two hydrogen gas is liberated here. Two molecules, one molecule of hydrogen gas is liberated with one atom of oxygen here. So yes, it is true that twice the hydrogen gas is released out, okay, as comparison to that of the oxygen. The next statement is that water, hydrogen and oxygen has the hydrogen and oxygen ratio as 1:2 by the volume here. So no, the ratio is 2:1. If I am saying that hydrogen is to oxygen ratio is there, then the ratio is 2:1 because two hydrogen atom combines with one oxygen atom to form a water molecule here. So hence the given reason statement is false. The given reason statement is false while the given exertion statement is true. So the answer will be the statement number C. Okay, where A is true but R is false. Okay, so these are some of types of questions. These are some of the assertion and reasoning questions which I have discussed with you. Okay, so this type of questions can be seen in your paper also. So go through this video and try to find more questions, more this type of questions from the net also, and try to solve it by yourself. Okay, these are one of the most important types of questions which can be seen in your term 1 examination. Okay, in your term 1 examination also these type of questions from each chapter will be coming out there, and I will try to discuss with you this type of questions from each chapter. This is for chapter number 1. Further I will discuss with you after the pre midterm examination. What I will do, I will discuss about the assertion and reasoning questions related to the chapter number 2 also with you. Okay, so go through this video as much as you are possible, and because I am going to give you one more question, that is question 9 and question 10 also, and try to solve this question by yourself. Question 9 and question number 10 by yourself. Okay, I am giving you both this question in this video. Try to solve this question by yourself only. Okay, so this for this particular session I am ending the class here only, and in this session I have discussed with you about the different assertion and reasoning type of questions which is new for you. So go through this video and try to solve all the question by yourself also. Okay, pause the video at the place where I have seen the question, I have let you the question there, and then try to solve it by yourself only. Okay, so the this session I am ending here only, and we will discuss more different questions in the next session. Thank you.